Google Analytics is a powerful tool that allows you to track website traffic and better understand where your visitors are coming from. For pub owners, this means you can track how many people are visiting your pub's website after discovering you via Google Business Profile. To set up a Google Analytics account for your pub, head to googleanalytics.com. You can follow the prompts to create your account and set up your property. Your property is your website. Once you've got access to Google Analytics, you need to add the tracking code to your website. The tracking code is a snippet of HTML code that allows Google Analytics to track visitor activity on your site. This can be found by going to Settings, Admin, clicking on your property and going into Data Streams. There you can click on the data streams within Web and you'll be able to find the tracking code at the bottom. View those tag instructions and that is where you can find the tag, copy it and send it to a web developer. If you don't have any web developer knowledge, it's best to get a professional to help you with this stage. You can use Google Analytics to monitor your website traffic, including the number of visitors, how many pages they viewed of your website, and your bounce rate. You can also see where your traffic is coming from, whether that's social media, search engines, or other sources. In the acquisition menu down the left-hand side, this is where you'll be able to see how many people you've acquired on your website each particular day. Look for peaks and troughs. Try to understand which pages they've visited most frequently and how long they tend to spend on your website. You can get a list of all of the different sources that have sent you traffic, such as other websites or Bing, or maybe people have come directly to your site. Here you can see exactly how many times they've visited your website and the average time per session as well. If it's very, very short, then that tells you that people aren't spending very long on your website. There's also a really handy tool within Google Analytics called Insights. And here there are lots of suggested questions that you might wish to ask about your website, such as what are my top pages that are getting the most views? You can also find out some information such as the demographics of your web visitors, languages, top cities, how your website is acquiring traffic. And you can also look at things like where did people spend the most time on my website, or were there any month-on-month growths in terms of users to my website. So definitely utilize the suggested questions over on the right, and this will look back at the last week of activity. Use this data to make informed decisions about your website. For example, if most visitors are leaving quite quickly, you might want to review your website's layout, perhaps your loading speed of how long it takes for your website to load on both a phone and a computer, and your content of your website to improve overall engagement. In the notes on this video, there is a link to a downloadable sheet, which is a cheat sheet with key metrics and questions to ask about Google Analytics. In the link to the downloadable on this video, you'll find a Google Analytics cheat sheet. This has a breakdown of the key metrics and their definitions, as well as some questions to ask about how to analyze your website. So hopefully you'll find this a useful way to really understand how people are utilizing your pub's website.